Okay, so we have another problem here, product price at a given date, which is of type medium problem. So we have a products table which has three columns: product ID of type integer, new price of type integer, and change state of type date. So we need to write a solution to find the price of all the products on 2019 8/16. Okay, so we need to find the price of all the products on date 2019 8/16 and assume the price of all the products before any change is 10. So let's say if for any reason the price of a product is not updated uh, on this date, then we will assume the price of on that date as 10. Okay, so we need to return the result in any order. So we have this product table which has product ID, new price, and change date. Here you can see the price of product ID 1 last changed on 2019 8/16. The product ID with 2 has last changed on 2019 8/16, but we need the last change which is on 8/16. So 8/16 doesn't come, but before 8/16 we have 2019 8/14. So we will use this price. But for user product ID 3, we have only single row, that is 2019 8/18. So we don't have any column, any row for 2019 8/16. Therefore the price before that we will assume it as 10. Okay, so let's write the query here. First of all, we need to get all the products whose price last changed on this date. Okay, so let's select product ID comma new price comma change date from products, where we need to make sure that we need to find all the prices of products on this date on or before. So we will only consider this condition, that is the price which is changed on this date or before this date will be considered in the table. Okay, so we will write a condition here that before change date is before or equal to the current date, that is 2019 8/16, which is our required date. Okay, and after that we will simply order our data for ease of read, order by product ID, and we will simply order on change date also, so it will be easier for us to track the changes on the date. Okay, so let's run this query. Let's see what we get here. Okay, so we have only 4 rows where product ID 1 and product ID 2 have their prices changed on or before 2019 8/16. We don't have 3 product ID with 3. Okay, so as you can see, the latest change was on this date, that is the third row, because we have ordered our data according to the product ID and change date. So we have, for the product ID 1, we have our last row, that is 2019 8/16. Okay, so if we want to get our data on the top for each product ID and the change date for the recent change must come on top, then we can simply write DESC here. So what it will do, it will simply order our data in the descending order of the date, change date. Okay, so we have our most recent change for product ID on 2019 8/16, that is new price is equal to 35, and for product ID 2 we have our last change on 2019 8/14. Okay, so we will simply wrap this in a CTE, and now we have our data for all the products whose price has changed. Now we need to get the data for all the products whose price has never changed, because we need to get the price for all the data, right? Because we need to get the price of 3 also before that date. It is not present here, so we will assume the price of that product 3 will be 10. Okay, so for that we will need to simply join this table with another table. So we will write another city query here, city2s. We will simply select all the distinct product IDs. Okay, distinct product ID from products. Okay, select distinct product ID from products. Now let's check what we are getting now with the select all the data from city1 city, first city, that is this city. Select city dot start comma cte2 dot star from cte right join, because we will get only 3 rows from city2, that is product id 1, 2 and 3, but 3 product id 3 is not present in this id, in this row, sorry, in this table where we have product id 1, 1 and 2. So we will write join cte2 on cte dot product id is equals to cte2 dot product id. Okay, so let us see what we are getting now. Okay, so we have product id from cte1 and we have product id from cte2. You can see here the product id from cte1 has null here and product id from cte2 has 3 here. So we can see that for CT3, for product ID 3, we have no values, that is no change date and no price. So we need to make sure that in the end we get all the data, where in product ID 3 we get the price as 10, because as you can see that if the price is null, we can assume that the change in price is 10 only. Okay, so what we can do here, we can write one more query here. On the basis of all these things, we can simply join the tables and also write a row function here. Okay, so cte2 has done. Now with cte3 as select what we need to get from I think we will get the product id from the cte2 table. Okay, first product id, let's join the table first, from cte right join cte2 on cte dot product id is equals to cte2 dot product id. Okay, we have joined both the tables on the basis of the product id, and now we need to select the columns, that is the product id from the cte2 table. So we will write cte2 dot product id. Now we want the change date also and new price also, comma change date is present in the cte dot change date, comma cte dot new price. We can okay, let's run this query. So let us select everything from cte3. Let us see what we are getting now. Okay, so we have product id with change date and the price. So what we can do here now, we can simply write a row number function, row number over partition by the product id from the cte2 table, because in the cte1 table some product ids are missing. Okay, we need to get the data for all the product ids. So partition by cte2 dot product id and order the data by change date, from the CTE table, change date in descending order, and name this function as RNK. Okay. Also, one more thing, that we are getting null values in price for all the products which are not present in the CTE1 table. So we can simply do one thing here. First of all, delete this column CTE.changeDate and write a coalesce function for the price column. Here we will simply replace the null values with the default value of 10, because as you can see here, we need to assume the price of all the products before change is 10. Okay, so we have implemented this coalesce function here, and we have replaced this value as 10 and named this column as price, and we have also implemented the row number function here, which will partition our data by the product ID from the CTE2 table, and order the data by change date also, and name this function as RNK. Now we will simply select the product ID and the price from CTE3, where rank is 1, because the most recent data rank will be 1 only. Okay, so the spelling is wrong here. It is yeah, it is correct now. So let's give it a try. Okay, the solution is accepted now. Let's submit it. Okay, so the solution is correct.